Make it a good day.
Coming up today, we have new details on that Friends reunion, plus your first look at the brand new Space Jam. It's all in the hot dish. Then it changed cable TV. We're talking to two of the creators of Comedy Central about the network's influence on pop culture, plus their new podcast. And from birthdays to Easter celebrations, you are showing us your weekend. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Cass Lake. Good morning, Stillwater. Good morning, Pequot Lakes. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and the Easter Bunny's favorite basket recipient, Kendall Martin.
Me?
It's you, my love.
Me?
It's you.
Oh.
I talked to the Easter Bunny yesterday. Easter Bunny yesterday, and they said, Jason, Kendall's my favorite.
Oh,
And I don't like you.
I would like to thank the Academy.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was great. I baked a carrot cake.
Okay.
I had karaoke.
Okay.
I sang in the church choir. My
Okay.
voice is a little sore today.
Okay.
And singing in a mask is difficult, but we did it. It was great to be in church on Easter.
Did you get to wear your Easter bonnet and your new Easter dress?
I wore my Easter dress. You can see it on the Instagram.
That's right. I know. Jeff and I are like, really? We don't get to. I don't get to wear an Easter dress.
No,
But
I know.
But guess what?
What?
Easter haircut.
Easter haircut. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
The great national, as Gerald Ford once said, our long national nightmare is over. I've cut my hair. When you receive 4 messages from 4 women over 60 telling you that your hair looks like Hitler, think it's time to cut the hair. Yeah.
And ladies,
I
can we
know.
not make Hitler?
Well, there was,
references?
I posted one on my Instagram. You can see it.
Yes.
It was from a gentleman, and he was, his was just, he didn't waste any time. He wrote, let me see here. He goes, lose the Hitler haircut, it looks terrible. He used as few words as humanly possible to describe how much he hated, but it's fine. Look, I was getting, you know what? There are some people that shouldn't have bangs. I think I'm one of those human beings. So that's fine.
Did he lick his Cheeto fingers after when he was done
think he
typing
did.
that up? He was like,
Yeah.
Mom, the meatloaf.
I know, he probably did. That's all right, but it's back to normal. I think our general manager's happy. They don't have to change posters and things, but oh well. Hey, it is Easter. I thought another opportunity to laugh at me. My mother found this. Look at this. This is a photo from 1974. That's me with a creepy 70s era Easter bunny. And for some reason, I didn't have a problem sitting on a stranger's lap. Look at me, I look just joyous. Like, sure, I'll sit here. I was very trusting.
You were not scarred for life?
No, just take a good look. We're examining 70s era Easter bunnies were creepy. Let's just be honest. They were they look a little too human. You know what I mean?
It's the alien eyes.
No, I think it's the human-esque arms,
Oh.
Just a little weird. Now, my mom said that I was all right that trip, but she took me, I think, the next year, Mariah Carey. I mean, it was like,
Never again.
oh, I lost my mind. I started screaming and crying, then she started crying. She pulled me from the lap of the bunny.
Yeah, I don't think Sid ever brought us to those, but I think it's because my mom gets kind of weirded out by stuff like that.
Oh.
Like it scares her as an adult.
I just remember that one smelling a little bit like a dive bar. And I thought, I don't think the Easter bunny should smell like a dive bar.
Peanuts, Coors Light, and stale cigarettes.
Yeah, even as a baby, I knew my life would be about dive bars.
How did you know?
I just knew. It's time for the hot dish, everybody. Roll it, Leo. Let's get going. Oh, it's not Leo today. Who is it, Steve? Cheers. Here we go. Woo. At long last, the Friends reunion special is finally starting to shoot this week. The core cast of 6 will reassemble like the Avengers and begin production on the show's original. Wow, that really made you laugh there, didn't it? I love it. It's going to be shot on the show's original soundstage over there on the Warner Brothers lot. David Schwimmer, a.k.a. Ross, is teasing what fans can expect. Look at this.
I know you can't tell us anything about it, but Can you tell us, will you be Ross or will you be David Schwimmer?
I'll be myself. I'll be David. Yeah.
And have you been?
There's nothing scripted. We're not in character. Yeah. So we're all ourselves, the real people. Although there is one section of it that I don't want to give away, but where we all read something. So.
Well, that Schwimmer on the Graham Norton show this past weekend. The special was originally supposed to come out last year when HBO Max launched. Only, it got delayed a few times. # global pandemic. No premiere date has been announced. I know a lot of people would like a full-fledged reunion, like a scripted show. I think you're one of them.
Yep.
I don't. Because I think it would ruin what makes Friends special in the first place. Friends is a show about your 20s and your early 30s, when you step away from your family and your friends become your family. I don't want to see Ross getting in movies at a discounted rate. I don't want him flipping out the AARP card. That's not what I want to see.
But we want to see a Sex in the City, the little mini.
And I'm making that joke because I just got that in the mail, but go ahead.
You got an AARP card in the mail?
I don't need your reflection on that. Just continue.
I have so many thoughts. I have so many things to say. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can eat off of that menu now in the back of the Perkins.
I can, yeah. Thank you.
That's exciting.
I know, kids and I can eat for free now.
Yeah.
But you want to see a full-fledged
I do. I think, so I'm really excited about the Sex and the City, this not reboot, but this reincarnation. Yes, this continuation.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather see hey, the Friends crew, they're getting together for 3-part, 3 30-minute episodes. That's it.
Okay.
I think I would be more interested in that. I'm not going to watch this.
Oh, wow.
I'm just not.
Oh, wow. Well, I have news for you. I think you probably should for the JOB.
Oh. Well, if Jason tells me I need to watch this, or executive producer Jeff.
Oh,
I'll
Sister
get the
Soldier,
skim
it's not me.
notes.
It'll be executive producer Jeff. I can't tell you anything. Yeah.
I'll get the skim notes.
I mean, I can fake fire you on a daily basis, but I can't, yeah.
Kendall, I'm going to need you to watch this. I'm watching it. Yes, I have it down.
That's right. Next in the dish, Kendall's not happy about this. Bridgerton is bidding adieu to one of its biggest stars. Regé-Jean Page, who played Simon, will not be in the show's second season. He only signed on for the first and explained his character's journey is a 1-season arc. The show is based off a book series, if you guys don't know. Each book is dedicated to a different Bridgerton sibling's love life. The second season will focus on Daphne's brother, Anthony Bridgerton.
Anthony. Sorry, continue. Rating.
Anthony Bridgerton. I apologize to the Bridgerton family. Bad idea.
Yeah.
A horrible idea.
Horrible.
If you're a producer and you had a breakout character, even if that breakout character wasn't in the original plans for season 2, you change it a little bit. You still don't make him the focus, but you definitely add him. Because you know what? The people that come to the show that didn't read the book, they are going to expect dude. They're going to expect Regé-Jean Page to be showing up in the tights and boxing, shirtless, and naked for 20 episodes.
I need the Duke of Hastings. I need him. Okay? I need breakfast every day to survive. I need him. The ton is a buzz. This is not okay. It's not okay.
Kendall, do we have a dart gun? I mean, is there a tranquilizer dart gun? Tyler, can you find that for me? Like Austin Powers. Now I know how you feel when I get all ramped up. I love it.
You just sit there
I have to be nice to you today. I got to be nice because another grandma sent me an email on Friday that says, stop being an Urs to Kendall. People think that I'm getting that now. I used to get that about Keith Marler, but people don't get, I guess, sarcasm. People think I genuinely am mean to you. Oh, see, I knew you were going to do that. Next up, the longest award season ever drags on. I love you. At the Screen Actors Guild Awards last night. Did you guys even know the SAG Awards were on? Nope, neither did we. Instead of a live show in LA, the 1-hour ceremony was pre-taped. Presenters and winners filmed themselves at home, sharing personal stories during the I Am an Actor segment. that typically opens the show. For the first time, all 4 of the top acting categories went to people of color. The Trial of the Chicago 7 took home top prize for outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture. Other big winners include The Crown and my favorite, Schitt's Creek. So congratulations to them. Look, if a tree falls in the forest, I like the SAG Awards. I honestly didn't even know it was happening last night until I looked at the rundown for my radio show, and my colleague had put SAG ? And I went, oh crap, I guess that's on last night.
Yeah, basically. However, I will say, I had no idea it was on, but the Chicago 7, the Trial of Chicago 7, I finally watched it.
And?
Jordan and I loved it.
Oh, okay.
It was a really, I like those movies that are sort of put together, obviously based off of what actually happened. Really great actors, really good script and flow, and then they kind of wrap it all up by telling you what happened to everyone after the movie wraps. You know, the real life people.
It updates you. Yes.
Yeah, and I love those. So
I do too.
It's good.
Okay. I'm going to watch it. I need to get through all the Oscar-nominated ones, but they're all very heavy.
Yeah.
And I need to be in the right mood. I've been in a lighter mood lately.
Start with that one. It's heavy, but it's also good. There's enough levity that it's a good movie.
Okay, I'll start with that one. Because again, over the weekend, I just wanted to watch, Shock, Knots Landing.
Yes.
And like The Lion King.
The Lion King, but that's really heavy. That part with
I fast forward
to
the part about Mufasa.
Yeah.
Bloop. There we
That's a
go.
good
Oh,
idea.
spoiler alert for a 30-year-old movie.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Hey, before we go, I just want to say happy birthday to my better half. It's Colin's birthday today. So happy birthday to Colin. And thanks for putting up with me. I'm a pain to live with, a pain to be with, but I love you. And happy birthday. He deserves all of you sending him presents for putting up with me. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Stay with us, everyone. Coming up, more hot dish. No one gets a vaccine like Mariah Carey. She's feeling all the emotions in the doctor's office. Then they are the co-creators of one of the most influential cable networks in pop culture. We're talking to the guys who co-created Comedy Central. And from Easter egg hunts to birthday celebrations, you're showing us your weekend. That and more when The Jason Show continues.
I was unsuccessful in changing my name to Nikki.
Oh.
I had a real campaign going on at
Really?
the age of like 8 for a while. Yeah.
Nikki.
It didn't land. But it was because I would go to like amusement parks and just really me off that I could never find the tiny keychain with my name on
Can't
it.
find a keychain, can't find a
No.
license plate,
No.
can't find any of that stuff.
No.
And I would imagine Starbucks would be a problem.
Everything. Yeah. And my parents were like, Nassim's cool. It means cool breeze. And I'm like, it's not cool. Everyone calls me Nissan. You know, the car no one's excited about. That's what people would call me. Even to this day, my very own iPhone that I'm constantly typing my name into just always wants to autocorrect Nassim to one of two things, Basin or Nazism.
I think you want to go with Basin in that case, yeah.
Oh my God, I've fired off so many emails that have been like, great catching up with you. Talk to you soon, Nazism.
Former SNL cast member Nassim Pedrad on Jimmy Kimmel last night. She has a new show called Chad. It debuts on TBS tomorrow. I loved her on SNL. One of the best skits with her is The Real Housewives of Disney, where she plays Jasmine, and it's hysterical.
I think I have actually seen that. I know what you're talking about.
It is gorgeous. On Mondays, we get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen at home, please give it up for Brad from TMZ. Hello, Brad.
Good morning, Jason. Happy Monday.
Brad, forget your stories for a second. May we just acknowledge the facial hair?
Hey, I had to switch it up for Easter. Had to do something exciting. The bunny didn't come this year. I wasn't with my family, so you know how it is.
Oh, Brad, the whole crew is the bunny didn't come, Brad? I mean,
Not this year, no. Not for me.
Well, we'll ship you a basket from the Jason Show. How's that, Brad?
Hey, that's a deal. That sounds great.
Hey, we got to start with just horrible news. What's the latest? Fill folks in what happened to DMX and what's the latest right there?
Well, what I can tell you right now, Jason, look, there's a lot of people holding out hope. There's a lot of people pulling for him. DMX suffered an overdose over the weekend at his home in New York. He's currently on life support in a hospital. I know that his wife, his fiance, his mother are both there. Of course, it's been limited visitors because of COVID-19, but look, there's swelling that's happened. That's why he's on the life support. He's unable to breathe on his own. So this is a really serious situation. Like I said, people are hoping for the best right now, but as we've been told, it's just not looking good, unfortunately.
Yeah, a loss of oxygen for what, Brad? Wasn't it like 30 minutes?
Yeah, they were attempting CPR for 30 minutes on DMX. So obviously there's some serious brain damage there too because of lack of oxygen. I mean, the thing that we spoke to his manager yesterday who said, look, we just need everyone to pray. They didn't think that it was any sort of coincidence that this was on Easter Sunday and kind of hope for the best. But we're still waiting to hear any new developments or any new improvement.
Far less important, but celebrity related. Shawn Mendes, he had his luxury SUV stolen. Is it back yet?
It is. It's back. Shawn Mendes' G-Wagon was stolen about a week or so ago. We know that police have recovered it. It was actually just sitting on a street. There was no damage or anything like that, but still no arrests. Unclear if the thieves kind of saw that it was Shawn Mendes' vehicle and thought that they should ditch it or what, but the LAPD continues to investigate that.
I'm looking at that picture. It looks like a box. What is that?
It does. That's the famous G-Wagon look, that's for sure. Military-type vehicle.
Oh, okay. Finally, the new Tina Turner documentary, revving up interest in Tina. I saw it. I loved it. But it's upsetting some of her fans in a good way. Why?
Well, if you've seen the Tina doc, anyone who's seen it knows that, look, she had a really tough past with her former husband, Ike Turner, accused him of abuse, and it was well documented over the years. But in 1991, Tina and Ike were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame together as one unit. And fans have always kind of championed for this, but especially after this documentary has come out, they want Tina to be inducted on her own into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because of that shadow over her relationship with Ike. We spoke with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame who said, look, Tina is on the fan ballot this year where fans can vote and kind of have a voice in trying to get her inducted, but it's not a sure shot. So fans are really kind of rallying behind this and trying to get her in on her own.
I was going to say, I don't even know what the debate is. It's Tina Turner.
That's the thing, and that's kind of what we were pushing the Rock Hall for as well. So hopefully fans can get the message forward, and those voting at the Rock Hall can get her in as well.
It's not like we're talking Wilson Phillips here. It's Tina Turner. Yeah.
I know.
No
Private
offense. I
Dancer
love.
alone should have gotten her in.
I love Wilson Phillips. I'm just saying. Yeah. Brad, have a good week. Thank you, my friend.
You too. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you. Can we send him a basket or something?
Yeah, we'll
It's
put
very
some
sad.
mugs in
The
it.
bunny didn't come visit him.
No, he was too busy over with me because I'm his favorite.
Yeah, exactly. The bunny's his favorite, not Brad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Seriously, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I know some of you watch our show. What's the problem? It's Tina Turner. Again, we're not talking about,
Right.
Milli Vanilli's guitarist.
Right.
We're talking about Tina Turner.
Right.
This shouldn't even be up for debate.
They're like, you can vote, fans. Like, oh, I'm sorry, we can vote.
That's not our job. That's your job. When you see Tina Turner come across the ballot, there's not a meeting over.
Right.
You approve her.
Right. So we can celebrate. Well, she's here to celebrate with us.
We don't
They
even need a
always
meeting
screw
for that.
up.
Next up, the Toon Squad is back in action. The first trailer for the Space Jam sequel dropped over the weekend. It's packed with Looney Tunes fan favorites, and LeBron James.
What in the Matrix hell?
Welcome to the space.
Welcome, King James. I am the king of this domain.
This is the serververse.
What'd you do to my son? Where's Dom?
The only way you're getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball. Pete, send this clown to the rejects.
Wait. What is this? Ah! I'm a cartoon?
What's up, Doc?
Okay, King James will try to help save the Toon universe and rescue his son at the same time. The cast includes Don Cheadle and Zendaya, and she will voice Lola Bunny. Lola Bunny. The controversial Pepe Le Pew has been scrubbed from the sequel, and won't appear in any future Warner Brothers projects. Space Jam A New Legacy comes out this summer. Can I just say, and you know me, I try not to get wade into political waters, controversial waters, because I don't need those emails, and I want you to like us. However, really, Pepe Le Pew, we're canceling a skunk. Is he a little pervy? Sure. But can't we clean up his image a little bit? It's a cartoon skunk.
So I've been reading about this, and this is evidently what happened, was that they did shoot a scene with him, and the actress who was in the scene with him doing his normal, like, trying to get a kiss from someone, shoos him away, gets mad and leaves, and he rolls up to LeBron James's chair, supposedly, and LeBron James is like, hey, you can't do that to women. You can't act like this. So it was actually, they all were kind of excited because they thought it'd be, hey, this is a way to show that we can't be like this, and then they just cut the whole thing.
I didn't hear a word you said because all I'm thinking of is how beautiful your sentence was. I've been reading up on Pepe Le Pew.
I have. So.
God bless America.
That's why they pay me.
That's why they pay you. You're part of the research team. But no, look, some people should be. I don't like that term canceled. Some people should be taken, they should have to own their stuff. But Pepe Le Pew?
The animated skunk?
Next in the dish, Mariah Carey rolls up her sleeves to get the first shot of the COVID vaccine, and her appointment ends literally on a high note.
They're having a medical narrative, but I'm here excited, nervous
a little bit,
about trying the shot. This is distracting them from doing their job, but you know how I am. I just talk and I don't really.
I want you to relax.
Oh, I'm filming. That's the problem. I'm in like my filming stance. Okay.
And just relax for me. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Couldn't love that anymore. Mariah captioned the video, vaccine side effect G6. It's not a bingo reference. It's referring to the whistle tone that she makes.
That note.
Kendall, you know that because you're an opera singer.
It's that note she hits that nobody can hit.
I absolutely love her.
I do too.
I absolutely love her.
And you know that your nails are too long when you have to clap like this?
Yeah, like that.
Because I have to do that right now because my nails are too long right now.
There's a clip of her from the Home Shopping Network that I play all the time on the radio show.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how much her crap is being sold for.
Yeah.
And the guy tells her live on TV, he goes, we're selling this for $39.90. And she goes, what? She's so mad. She's so mad that we're selling this, Mariah, for $39.90. What? She is mad. You're selling my stuff for $40? Yeah. What is this, TJ Maxx?
You're fired, you're fired, you're fired.
Just Google Mariah Carey home shopping and let it run. Coming up, 30 years of Comedy Central. We're talking to the co-creators of the network about their new podcast when we return. Back in a moment. $39.90. What? Welcome back, my friends. Well, it is the cable channel that brought us shows like The Daily Show, South Park, Chappelle Show, and more. It also introduced us to one of my favorites, the British sitcom Absolutely Fabulous. Look at Patsy. This year marks 30 years since the launch of Comedy Central, and a new podcast looks back at the early days of the network. The Constant Comedy Podcast debuted last week, featuring two former executives at the channel. And we're lucky to have them right now. Joining us are the hosts of the podcast, Art Bell and Vinny Favale. Hi, guys.
Hey, Jason. Hi.
Well, Art, let me start with you. I love a good origin story. I love to know where a good idea came from. I think youngins, too, have to go back and think of the atmosphere in 1991 of cable television and what the world and landscape looked like. Where did the idea come from to do a 24-hour comedy network?
Well, it came from me, and the reason is I loved comedy since I was a kid. And I went back to school. I went back to business school, and when I came out, I was hell-bent on getting a job in the television business. So I looked around, and despite the fact there was an all-music channel and all-sports channel, there was no all-comedy network. And I said, man, I'd really like to work in an all-comedy network. What's up with this? So I started thinking about what it would look like, and the next thing you know, I had a plan.
Vinny, and people look at Comedy Central now and they're like, oh, it seems very obvious to them. the programming seems very obvious. Like, oh, of course it would be a hit. What was the early days like, though, both in buzz and ratings? Was it an out-of-the-gate success?
Absolutely not. It was the opposite of success. We were
Vinny.
You know, you hear of TV shows getting canceled in an old-fashioned way, by the way, where the ratings are low. We were the first network that almost got canceled. It was very, very difficult because you could do a drama channel and no one will challenge you on, well, that's not dramatic. But if you say you're a comedy channel, you better be funny. And we weren't always funny. We had a lot of, you know, a combination of old movie clips and VJs who were doing great stuff, but it took a while.
Art, what was the first show? Again, I think, you know, let's go back to the early 90s. What was the first show? Because like I said, I remember Ab Fab being rerun. What was the first show, Art, that you said, okay, we may be onto something as far as originals?
Yeah, that's easy. Mystery Science Theater 3000, which
your
originated
hometown.
in Minneapolis. Yeah.
Yes, it did.
You know what? It came in the mail. They sent us a tape with a note that said, hey, we hear you guys are starting a comedy channel. Is this something you might like? We put it in the tape. It was so funny. We made a deal.
A VHS tape.
Yeah, VHS tape.
And you guys, wait a minute. I don't think we knew this. It came in the mail like just on a normal VHS?
Unsolicited, and it was, I believe it was on a UHF channel. This is the early days of cable, so there weren't a lot of cable networks, but I believe it was a UHF channel that the guys at Best Brains sent it to us, and we loved it immediately.
Yeah, that's right. And not only that, but we knew, that's the moment I knew, hey, innovative comedy programming is going to find us. And that was part of the dream, you know?
Yeah.
Who else would put that on TV?
Right, that was the mandate.
And then, obviously, The Daily Show, co-created by one of our favorite guests, Madeline Smithberg, and another, Liz.
I love her.
We love both of them. What did you guys have faith in that concept right away? I mean, did you know it would become as culturally important as it has and did?
Well, that show was interesting. That came at the tail end of our reign over there at Comedy Central. But I just want to back to something just before that Art and I were instrumental in doing, which I think gave birth to The Daily Show, which was I don't know if you remember this, but we did something called the State of the Union Undressed, which was insane at the time.
Yes.
We carried President Bush's State of the Union speech with the MST twist. We had comedians making fun of it or commenting on it in real time, including Al Franken, who at the time was on Saturday Night Live. And that really put the network on the map, which eventually led to shows like The Daily Show and South Park feeling comfortable that they could be on a network that would be as bold as that.
That I totally remember that. I not until you just said that, and then that kind of paved the way, as you said, it was toward the end of your reign there. That paved the way for The Daily Show. When you look at it now, and you look at the stable of people that is generated, do you have to get a sense of pride from that?
Yeah, I certainly do. Listen, my dream for the comedy network, for Comedy Central, was that it would be the center of the comedy universe, that it would attract great talent, great stand-up comedians, great writers, great innovative comedy. And, you know, I sit here 30 years later, look back on it, and I couldn't be more proud.
If we only got residual checks.
Vinny, let's move to the podcast, the Constant Comedy Podcast. You guys are obviously going to have some guests from your time at Comedy Central. Who are you excited to talk to? Who have you had on so far?
We just had Mitch Semmel on, and Mitch is the executive who with Art that licensed AbFab, your favorite show.
Yeah.
So that was great revisiting that time period with Mitch, and he put on Politically Incorrect. So that was exciting. We spoke to Scott Carter, right? Art, that was a lot of fun.
Producer of Politically Incorrect for years. Yeah.
That was great. We're talking to Nancy Geller this week, and Nancy Geller was a producer. Check this out, Jason, on SCTV, on Saturday Night Live. She produced the Chris Rock show, the Bill Maher show. Like she's one of the biggies in the world of comedy, and we're excited to talk to her.
Art, before we're going to have more time with you on the other side of the break, but last 30 seconds, not to put you on the spot, but what is a fact about Comedy Central? I love a good fun fact. What's a fact about the network that not a lot of people or some folks would be surprised to know?
Well, we had competition. 6 months after we launched, MTV launched a comedy network called the Comedy Network, so which tickled me to death. And 6 months after that, they merged us, which is how we ended up as Comedy Central.
It was only 6 months?
Well, we were on the air for a year.
Yeah.
We
6
launched in
months-
89. 89 is when Comedy Channel
right.
launched.
Right, and then we relaunched in '91 as Comedy Central. We had to rename the network. They wouldn't let us call it the Comedy Channel or Ha.
And thus, Comedy Central was born. Well, everyone stay right there. You know me, I love late night. I'm a child of late night, so you know if I have Art and Vinny on the show, we're going to do 2 segments. More with the guys when we come back. Back after this.
Now let's talk. The crew got together. We got you a gift.
Stop it.
And this is for you. It's a
I know
phone
what
book.
this is. I know.
And I want to see if it fits.
I know.
So, I don't know. What do you...
Hey.
How is that?
I
It's
feel good
eye
up
level.
here.
It includes the Upper West Side, extra support for your lumbar.
Oh,
So
thank
there
you very
go.
much. So this is what life is like up here?
Yeah.
Nice.
What other?
Wow.
What
I feel sexy.
You guys.
Well, we know that chair fit like a glove. It's a great clip from The Daily Show in 1998 when the original host, Craig Kilborn, welcomed his replacement, Jon Stewart. Welcome back. The Daily Show is just one of the shows that put Comedy Central on the map. We're continuing our talk with the creators of the networks and the host of a new podcast about the early days of Comedy Central, Art Bell and Vinny Favale. Art, I wanted to ask you, when I was thinking about what Comedy Central means and meant to the world of comedy, I was thinking that it's kind of like a great evolution of what Carson used to be able to do to a comedian's career. You would appear on Carson, and then the next day, your whole life would change. Did you look at Comedy Central as a television evolution of that power for comedians?
Well, you know what? It's an interesting idea. I don't think I was thinking of it just that way. I did want to, as I said, celebrate comedy. And almost immediately after we launched Comedy Channel, stand-up comedians started hanging around with us. It was the stand-up craze was really getting going, especially in New York City and Los Angeles. And so there were a lot of comedians looking for other outlets besides clubs. And there we were.
Vinny, I got to turn to you. I'm a Letterman guy. Which is funny because I'm having Leno on the show tomorrow. But anyway, I'm a Letterman guy, and everyone knows that here in Minnesota. You were there from 96 to 2015, and looking back, that was back when the late night wars really meant something. You guys were battling for every ratings point. Right. In 96 with Leno, what was the pressure like, Vinny? Dave was 3 years fresh on CBS in 96. What was that pressure like for you?
It was unbearable, truly. It was a very difficult time. I was new to network television because I had just come off of Comedy Central, and I was the executive that had to oversee that show, and it was overwhelming. It took me 3 years to figure out just what I needed to do. It was tough because we were getting ratings every day. Leno, a lot of people might not remember this, but the NBC was emerging with must-see TV, so they, Friends was a monster hit, ER, and at CBS we had Murder, She Wrote and Diagnosis Murder, so that was not helping. That was not helping Dave's cause. But day in and day out, Dave did a great show every night, and it baffled me why we weren't doing better. And then over time, things leveled out. But it was very difficult. It wasn't fun, anything but funny.
For you, Vinny, being a student of Letterman as I am, what is your proudest accomplishment? The mark that you are proud to say that you made on Late Show?
Well, I think learning how to support the show even against difficult odds when you're the network. Sometimes what they want to do is against what the network wants. But one of the things that I contributed, I thought was wonderful, was when Dave didn't want to travel anymore, and which was difficult for us as a network because we like when a show goes to a market because it helps the local ratings, as you know. So I had the idea, why don't we fly the audience in? And we did that 15 times, including Minneapolis. We would work with the affiliates, and we would fly 400 people into a taping of The Late Show, and it was wonderful. And I remember when we did Minneapolis, I believe Kirby Puckett was the surprise guest. It was the loudest standing ovation I have ever heard because no one knew he was going to be there, and it was an audience made of locals. So
yeah,
it was awesome.
And Vinny, if I remember correctly, you used the anchors from the local station, like here in Minneapolis. You used our anchor here, Don Shelby, to do cut-ins during Dave.
Exactly. And that's the brilliance of Look, the idea was a great one. I'll take credit for that, but that the writers wholly embraced it. So the top 10 that night, even the backdrop, remember, David pushed a button and the skyline became Minneapolis. So I'm real excited about that I was able to contribute that. And I was on the show. In 1982, I did stand-up on the NBC show. So I was there the very first year just as a comedian.
I'm such a nerd that I remember everything. Anyway, Art, I want to give you the last word here. When you look at the future, everyone thought, when John left The Daily Show, Comedy Central is going to go in the toilet. And they said, where do you see the future for Comedy Central, for the network you created?
Well, you know what? Comedy Central is one of the great brands, one of the great comedy brands in the United States and maybe in the world. I mean, you got Saturday Night Live, National Lampoon, and, Comedy Central, whatever they do, whatever television programming they make, or movies or records or whatever the heck they're making, they are going to be the mark of great, edgy comedy. And I think that is, that's very important. Whatever happens on the television network, they still have a great brand.
Well, as a late night nerd, I can't tell you what it means to me to talk to you gentlemen, and thank you for your contribution to popular culture. You guys are some of the best, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Their podcast is called The Constant Comedy Podcast. The first 2 episodes are available now. More episodes are coming soon. You can find it wherever you stream your podcasts. We're going to take a break. Easter bunnies, egg hunts, and beautiful weather. Oh my. You're sharing your weekend with us. Plus a Jason Show taste test of some nasty new colas. That and more when we return. Welcome back, my friends. Here we go. We all know the weather is beautiful this weekend, perfect for Easter celebrations and much, much more. It's time once again to see how you spent the weekend with our weekly series, Show Us Your Weekend. It was a first Easter celebration for many families. Sammy shared this picture of her son Mateo seeing the Easter Bunny for the first time. How cute. Gina's grandkids went to see the Easter Bunny as well, the first time for the little one. And Bailey shared this adorable picture of her daughter, Mallory's very first Easter. She turns 4 months this week. Happy birthday, sweetie. Egg hunts were a very popular activity yesterday, as you can imagine. Vanessa shared this picture. Alicia said her family, Abby, Isaac, and Zach, were all ready for the hunt. And instead of hunting for eggs, Vanessa shared a pic of her 3-year-old cracking a confetti egg on his nanny's head. Way to go. Carol spent time dyeing eggs with her grandkid, and Julie's grandson got a new toy bow and arrow in his Easter basket, so he decided to teach grandgrandma how to shoot. The beautiful weather yesterday allowed Mariah's family to have a water balloon fight outside on Easter. Christine's family spent some time feeding their chickens. And Nicole was busy on Easter weekend making not 1 but 2 cheesecakes. 1 for her family and 1 for another family's Easter dessert. Looks great. It was a birthday weekend for many of you. Anna shared this picture saying, all vaccinated so we could celebrate Grandma's 88th birthday and Easter together. And Allie says they had their first somewhat normal family celebration in more than a year in honor of her daughter's 18th birthday. Kim shared a picture with her husband, Brandon. They enjoyed the nice weather by hitting the golf course. And finally, Heidi's family took a road trip to Milwaukee to cheer on the Twins in their game against the Brewers. Thanks, everybody. Show us your weekend. Odds are you've indulged in some Easter candy this weekend, so we're keeping the sweet theme going today. It's time once again for a Jason Show taste test. And today it's a pair of new soda flavors that we're going to drink, so maybe you don't have to. First up, Pepsi Mango. Pepsi Mango. This one came out in the last few weeks. You can find it in regular sugar-free. Now, we have the regular version. Kendall, here we go in our magic taste test cups. Ladies first, cheers. Cheers.
It smells very mango-y.
I love that you Leslie Millered the smell.
Yeah.
Let's go here.
With notes of mango.
I hate mango. I will just tell you this. Mango is my least favorite fruit flavor. This isn't bad, even for hating mango the way that I do. This isn't horrible.
It smells like those mango sorbets you can get, like the little ice cream things.
Yeah, not horrible.
It tastes less mango-y though.
Yeah. So, yeah, you want a ranking? Jeff wants a ranking. How many, out of 4 mangoes, what do you give this?
I'm going to give this one a 2.
I'm with you. I'm going to give it a 2. I don't hate it as much as I was ready to, okay? There we go. Next is a new version of Mountain Dew. The new flavor is Major Melon. The password is Major Melon. And Kendall just vomited a little bit. Okay, here we go. Here's a taste test. Cheers, Kendall. Cheers.
I don't want to.
No, you have to. It's part of your job description.
It smells like fruit punch, and I don't like fruit punch.
You know what? Again, I can't stand Mountain Dew. Sorry, I just don't like, I am not a Dew kind of girl, but guy. But this isn't bad.
No, it's pretty bad.
You don't like it?
My mouth is watering. That's how much I don't like it.
No, it is. I gotta tell you, you add a little goose gray or gray of the goose. I made Tyler laugh on that one. I'm not kidding. You adult this up, girl, we got a party. You get this and some lobster rolls and some tater tots, we have a party.
It tastes like that medicine my mom used to make me take when I had a fever.
I get that. You know what, I'm gonna give that a 2.5.
I'm gonna give that a -7.
Oh, wow. Well, there we go. A Jason Show taste test. We're gonna wrap things up when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Not bad. Oh. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Thank you for watching and finding us. You can stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search for Jason Show TV and our personal accounts too. Kendall Mark, you can see her little Easter outfit, and Jason Matheson. We have a special birthday greeting when we come back. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. So I began the broadcast celebrating the birthday of the better half, Colin's birthday, but it's also, y'all know Melissa Peterman, actress of screen and stage. She's one of our favorite guests, and she's celebrating an important woman in her life. Last week, Melissa celebrated the 100th birthday of her grandma, Bev. Now, on her Instagram, Melissa shared one of her favorite videos of Bev. This is the time that Bev received an autographed photo. Melissa did this because Melissa's a big-time star. She got Grandma Bev an autographed photo of her favorite actor, Mark Harmon. Look at this.
Is this Mark Harmon? Yes. It's Mark Harmon. And it's signed to you. Oh, fantastic. This is Mark Harmon? Yes. The one that's in the movies? Yes. And the TV shows. And the TV shows. Show it to us, Grandma. He's Tom's son. Yes, he's Tom's son. Oh. You go. Missy.
How sweet is that? Oh, Missy. Grandma Bev, 100, and she loves the Mark Harmon.
I can see why.
I know. Missy, you're a good granddaughter. Yesterday, Melissa posted a picture of her grandma's celebration. There she is with a sash that says, 100 and fabulous. Look at Grandma Bev. I love her.
Happy birthday.
I know. And Melissa has, it's fantastic. Obviously, because she's on Young Sheldon, which just got picked up for 2 more years. She's in Fargo. She's one, again, she's a friend. Now she's a legitimate friend. But when people ask, hey, who are your favorite guests? She's on there because Melissa comes to play. Just like Vinny Favale and Art a few minutes ago. Those are the good guests that when they come on the show, they're ready to play and they go with you and they give short answers. We love that too. We don't want you to be Suzanne Summers.
I know. Well, she's a great co-host too. I had so much fun with her one time when you were on vacation.
Right.
She came in and helped me out and we had so much fun. I just spent most of the show like cry laughing.
Yeah. You know what? How much time do we have? We have like a minute. I'm going to call her right now. I'm going to tell her that we got the message to Grandma Bev. Here we go. Melissa.
Live on the air.
What? We're live. I know. She's not going to say anything. She won't cuss, I promise. So watch this.
Did have an earth.
Have your button on the dump button, control room. Here we go. Let's see here. We have... She's going to roll me into voicemail. She's probably taping Young Sheldon right now.
Wasn't there an earthquake out there today?
Oh, was there an earthquake?
I think so.
Tomorrow on the show, I'm talking live to Jay Leno. He's currently filming a new show coming to Fox. a reboot of the classic game show You Bet Your Life. I hope he didn't see the clip of today's show when I said I was a Letterman guy. Nobody tell him, okay?
Nobody.
I sat next to Jay at a charity thing. We're fine.
You're cool.
Yeah, I sat next to him and a former British Prime Minister, Tony Blair.
What?
Don't ask. Join us tomorrow. That's going to do it for us. I'll tell you the story later. If you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.